There may be a little bump in the road. I just turned off Wi-Fi, so it may take it a second to kick in, but we should be fine. Hi, Colleen and Diana and Louise, Marianne, Mary Lou. Guys, I just posted the links up there. Grab that mystery box if you want that mystery box with the new cutie color, True Vermilion. I'm going to play the intro. We'll get started, and I'll show you that cutie, and we will go over what's in that mystery box. I did a recorded video, but I will tell you what was in it again. I don't have it sitting here with everything in it because I used some of it, but I will cover it. So let's get started.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
All right, and this is Tuesday the 6th, and today we are doing making home decor. And actually they say on there some holiday decor to spruce up your dinner plans, and we're going to do a centerpiece. So that's what we're doing today. Don't forget, you've got one more day up until I think 11:59 tomorrow to enter in on the Crafter's Choice to draw for that $100 gift code. Also, while you're there, you've got another week to get in on that AutoPress giveaway. Make sure that you're doing your project posting in the group and signing up on Rafflecopter. You can follow the QR code and get the full details on that. Don't pass up the 12 days of deals, guys. Make sure you're checking on that and grab your mystery box while you're over there. It's a good one. It's a really good box. It is access exclusive, so make sure you're grabbing that. Add the group code cuties to your cart. It won't count on the mystery box. It does not count on access exclusives, but it will count on other items. You can put it in your cart and it will kick in when it's eligible. Yes, it is a good box. This is the making decor from that, and let's go to the overhead and I will show you and talk to you about what's in the mystery box. Here is the cutie. It's the True Vermilion. Very, very, very pretty red. Very pretty red. I'm trying to get you guys some light so you can see it. He is a red. He's a bright red. True Vermilion. He's gorgeous. I love this color. Love it. Flowers would be pretty in that color too. So you get him. Let me just tell you, I'm just going to tell you what's in the box because I don't have enough space up here, and I busted that mystery box up and I used stuff out of it, so I don't have it handy right here. You get the new cutie. You get a roll of Cricut iron-on in the glitter. It is gold. It's a 12 by 19 sheet. You get a wine bag, so you can use that with your iron-on, or you can use infusible ink on your wine bag. You get the gel pen set in Peacock. That's a 5-pen set, and it's the 1mm gel pens. There's a teal, a pink, a purple, a black, and an aqua in it. You get the foil transfer foil sampler in the metallic. It's the 4x6 sheets of the transfer foil. You do need the transfer kit for it, so if you don't have that, throw it in your cart. Guys, foiling is fun and it's beautiful. If you look at some of the cards I did with foiling, and Marianne, several of us have done foiling cards. They are gorgeous. But you get 6 sheets of the silver, 6 of the rose gold, 6 of the gold, and you get 6 of the tape sheets. You're also getting a pack of the cutaway cards in the pastels. It's a sampler. It's the R10 size, which I believe, I might be wrong, it's like the index card size. You get 9 pink cards, 9 of the blue cards, 18 of the holographic silver insets, and 18 envelopes. Let's see, you get a roll of Everyday Iron-On in Kelly Green. It's a 12 by 24 roll. You get a roll of the Cricut adhesive vinyl. That's the glossy metallic foil in gold. That's your vinyl, guys. It's the foil gold. And then you get another premium vinyl. It's the Bright Sampler. There's 6 12 by 12 sheets. And you get 1 each of the tomato red, the orange, the maize yellow, the Kelly green, the medium blue, and the forest green. And if I didn't say that adhesive, the metallic glossy foil adhesive, it's a 12 by 48 inch roll. So very, very, very nice box. And again, you get our new cutie color. So grab those links up above in chat. I can post them again maybe, just in case you guys want to get that. Grab that link, and it will take you over there to get that mystery box. Yeah, it's kind of, well, True Vermilion does have a touch of orange in it, Marianne, so you're absolutely right. It's an orangey red. Because if you look up True Vermilion on Pantone or any of those, you'll see that it does have a touch of orange. Vermilion it's like I want to say a vintage red, an old vintage red, because all of the old vintage reds, I mean, back way, 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 way back, had a touch of orange in them. So, if you've ever checked on colors and studied those. Yeah, except the cutie. But it's a great way to build your stash, Diana. You never know. I mean, I didn't think that I needed anything in the box, and I ended up using, well, the gold glitter. I almost ran out of it, but I got another project that I got to do, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be using that. So I wanted the cutie, so it's the cutie. I'm after the cutie. And the foil sheets. I know I will use those foil transfer sheets. So let's pop back over to Design Space. All right. And today's decor was, make decor. And make home decor. And they've got it listed here as make dinner decor. So I am making a centerpiece. So mine works for the table as well. And you can find that right here. They reversed the order of it. So here's the first now back here, and it's coming forward. This is day 6. I'm glad they reversed that so that we could see them. All right, and here is my project. I don't have my photo in there yet. Here is the bag that I made, guys. I made a Happy Holidays with the gold glitter iron-on from the mystery box, but I added the black gold glitter and the green glitter. They're not in the mystery box, but if you've been getting the mystery boxes, you should have those on hand because they were in previous boxes. Right, Marianne? All right, so let's see. This is the layout. As I said, I don't have a picture in there, and it says make home decor, and I am going to just edit it because it says dinner decor, and I'm just going to edit that so I don't forget. And I am going to put a centerpiece. All right, and we're making paper flowers for your vases or whatever it is that you want to do. And I'm just going to go ahead while I'm here and put my 12 days in there of make so I don't forget it, and I'm just going to save. I'm not going to make it public yet because I don't have my photo. You have to have your photo. So we're just going to customize. And here is your layout. Now I made 2 different sizes of flowers, and I made some little joy tags. I'm going to show you guys how to put that together. Now we are not going to sit here and put all of these together and do them. Just for time purposes today, I'm going to go in and show you a little bit about how I put it together and put the couple of the flowers together. And then we will, at that point, we will sign off and you guys can go to making. And I will finish mine throughout the day. I'll come in and do a little bit here, do a little bit there, because I have tons of stuff to do. All right. Let's see. Alrighty, let's pop over to the overhead, and I'm going to go over what I did. All right, here's one jar. I'm going to tilt it, so I'm going to hold my flowers so they don't flop. But I did my mason jars. I've done a rustic look or a vintage look. And I've got my J on here. It's going to have joy. I have a white one and a green one. Kind of similar to what we did for Thanksgiving. But I'm doing a Christmas theme. And I've got my flowers all in there. Now, I'm using popsicle sticks simply because I can't find my flower kit. And I don't have any floral wire or anything like that here. I think I lost it in the storage flood. So I had popsicle sticks here. That's what I'm using. You can't really see them when they're on the table. So I'm going for it. It's still cute. So to do your jars, what I did is I painted them with acrylic paints, just your basic acrylic paints. For the red, I used Flamenco Red, and it is Apple Barrel. It is Flamenco Red. I used that one. For the white, I used Antique White, and it is Apple Barrel as well. And this is the matte, guys, matte colors. And then for the green, I used Hauser Medium Green, and it is Americano by Deco Art, but any green that I wanted something that closely resembled the Cricut green cardstock. So anything that it's just a shade darker. So those are the 3 paint colors that I used. You can choose your own, but if you want yours to look just like mine, that's what I used. And then I used some black. And you can do this 2 ways, and I just decided to use paint rather than sandpaper. So I did 3 coats on my jars, and I did messy coats. I wanted it to look vintage. I didn't want it to look all nice and pristine, okay? So I did messy coats, and we'll see if you can, I got drips and all that. That's what I wanted, okay? So I did the drips, and I let that dry. I let it dry really well. And then after you let it dry, I took black, because if you don't let it dry, okay, when you touch the bottom of it, you're going to get nicks and dings. But I don't care, that's on the bottom, and it adds to the vintage look. I set it down. It wasn't quite dry with my top coat. But let your paint dry really well. Then get your just dry brush and just dip the tip end of your paintbrush into black paint. And then just go over it in places. I went around the rim, over the ball part, over all the raised areas on my glass, okay, that I wanted to pop. And I did each one different. I didn't want them all to look identical, so I did different brush strokes on each one. Okay, and after I did that, I sprayed it with Mod Podge matte acrylic, and it's still going to have a little bit of sheen to it, even the matte does, but I can live with it. But I did use the matte Mod Podge spray adhesive, and I did 2 coats of that on there. So after you've done your paint, and you can do, it's going to be thin and it's look like it's not covering, and that's why you're going to do 2 to 3 coats. If you like that thin look and you don't want to go any further, just stop and then do your black paint. If you don't want to do the black paint on there, you can take your sandpaper and just go over the raised areas. And if you don't paint the inside of your jar, it's going to show like it's dark. So unless you put a candle in there, and then it will shine through the sanded off places. But super easy to do your jars. I think all in all, it took me maybe an hour and a half to do all 3 jars. Okay? Because I dry it with a hair dryer. It dries it really fast on the acrylic. So you can do all 3 coats, bam, 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 and then let it sit to dry while you're doing the other jars. And then you can go and do your top coats. Hi, Irma. And guys, I can't see you on Facebook today. I apologize. I'm expecting a phone call, so my husband has my phone. And therefore, I can't see. I can see that if there is a Facebook chatter, maybe, but but my multi-stream chat doesn't seem to be doing well today. I just have a black screen. So if you're chatting on Facebook, we're not ignoring you. I promise. I just can't see you today. So once you've done that, I did cut. I'm going to pop back over. I just cut this layout, guys, and I hit make it. And it took a little bit of time. I'm not going to lie. It may be 15 minutes. But I did hit apply and do 2. Okay? So I did 2 sets. You may need 3 sets. I don't know how many you're going to need to fill all your jars. It's going to depend on how you put yours together and how you arrange them in the jar. Okay? Will they do? Yeah, if just leave some thin spots, Loretta, if you want the light, if you want to use lights and have those shine through. I would sand off some of the raised areas so the light flickered through those. So you can do that. But anyway, I got this down just by simply moving. I just started moving pieces and putting them on the other mats because you can get them all. I did 2 sets and I got all of my red ones on 2 mats. Now you're going to have to do some pulling of these little bitty pieces and things like that, pulling them out of the way and rearranging. But I was able to get 2 sets of red flat, all my red on 2 mats. I was able to get all of my white on 2 mats, and I was able to get all of my green on 3 mats. If you want to do the fussy and get them out of there, you can do it. Okay, and you're just going to have to go in and just move things around, tighten everything up, and then you'll have plenty of room and you can get 2 sets. And you could, guys, you can do these, and you could also do, I don't know if you guys know what I mean by taper candles, but you can do the tapered candles. They sell them. They're not the ones you light. They are the electric ones. You can do the taper candles where the candle comes out of the top of this. So that would be pretty too. I think they're 8 or 10 inches tall, something like that. Yeah, right, Mama Bear. Any of your jars, if they've got a chip or a nick on them or something like that, you can use that for this. Just be careful and don't cut yourself when you're arranging. So I've already done this one, like I said, and I put my tag on it. I tied bows on here. This is a ribbon from Stampin' Up. It's a really soft cotton type ribbon. I love it. It's gorgeous. I only got 1 roll, and I'm hoping that they have some more because I want to get another couple of rolls of that. It will lay nice and flat on cards and stuff too. It's very soft. It's almost like a gauze. That's probably what they call it, a gauze. Hi, Christina. If you don't, now guys, they do sell some that don't have any raised areas, and then they have some that do have raised areas, at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So you can grab jars pretty inexpensive there, a couple of bucks. Especially when they're on 50% off sales and stuff. I think they're $1 a piece. So they're not very expensive. And then I just have some twine here, so I'm just going to snip off a piece. Just use it. I'm going to set our cutie out of the way. And it's just an off-white twine. It's about almost the same color as the gauze. It's maybe a shade off. And we're going to do the O. So make sure when you're pulling them off your mats that you save the center of your O if you're going to be reusing the letters that cut out, okay? You don't need it. If you're just going to stick these on instead, if you're going to stick your letter on, you don't need it. But I'm not using the letter itself. I'll use it on another project. So I need the center of that O. And I did cut 2 sets, so I have 2. And let me take a look at, I forgot how I laid this out. So we're going to peek at it. Let me take you guys over there so you can peek too. Okay, I had a red base, a white middle, and a green top. There we go. So I'm going to get my red base, my white center, and the green top. Got it. All right, let me pop back over. So the base pieces have a hole in them. The other 2 do not. And this is why I wanted this to kind of look like a wreath. So I got to save the center of my O. Like so. So we're going to pop that up here in just a second. So take your base piece. I hope I cut that long enough. And we're just going to put our twine through the hole on that. And pull our loop through. All right, and then we're going to take the second piece and we're going to glue it down. I say we are. Let's see. There we go. We're going to glue it down onto that piece right there. That's why you put the twine on first, because you're basically covering that hole, okay? Put your twine on first. And now this piece I popped up, okay? So I'm going to need some foam dots. And hopefully this is not going to show. If it is, I'm going to have to cut it down. Oh, that looks good. Can't see it. So I'm going to set that to the side for now. And I'm going to put some foam dots on this other piece. So your top piece, you only have to do that with this O. The rest of them are pretty simple because you don't have to save any pieces. Yay, they don't show. All right, and then this is going to go right on. And make sure that this is kind of oval in the center, so make sure that it's lined up. You don't want it going sideways. And then put that center down. So now I have my O. And we're going to figure out where we want it to land. And that's about where I'm going to put that knot. Let's see. And they don't have to be exact and even. Again, we're doing rustic. And now I'm just going to lift up my ribbon a little bit and stick that under there. Pull it through. And then I'm going to stick that through there. Oops, I pulled my ribbon off the jar. That's okay. It'll go back on, I hope, without giving me a hard time. There we go. So now I have that on there, and I'm going to trim off those tails once I tighten that down. That looks pretty good. All right, so now we have our O, and I tried to coordinate my colors so that my letter J was the same color as my flowers, okay? And then my O is the same color as the jar here, and then my Y will be green on this one. So you're going to just layer those up. Once you're done with that, you're going to do that to all 3 jars. Get your letters going on there. I'm not going to make you watch me do the other one. It's exactly the same. We are going to do a flower. Now what I did, I'm going to try to bring this in here without messing everything up. All of this greenery, it doesn't matter. You're just going to mix and match it. I'm going to pull this out. What I did, since I cut 4 and I cut different sizes, I took one of the flowers and I copied it. And I opened another window and I pasted it in there. And I changed the color of it. And I cut one totally out of a different color than what I was using. I didn't want it to get mixed up with the other paper. Okay? And let me just show you exactly what I did, because this is going to make life easier for you if you're doing this. Because all of these are so close in size, it's easy to mix them up and then your flower won't look as good. Okay? So what I did is I just ungrouped this one, and then I selected this group right here. And I copied it, and then I went to a new project, and I'm just going to replace, I'm not going to save anything, and I pasted it. I selected just one piece out of there, and you don't even need the score lines. I cut it on my other machine, my Air Machine 3, while my maker was cutting the other. And I just let it air score. I didn't need any scores on this sample one. So I just picked a color and changed it, came over to Color Sync, and I dragged all the red, all the gold, and all the green into there and made it all blue. And I cut that. I just sent it over and cut it. Now, if you want to take the time and hide your attach lines on all of those before you do it, you can, or you can just change it to the scoring stylus, and don't put your scoring stylus in and let it air score. I wasn't in a hurry, so I just didn't score it and just let it go. So cut one just like that. All right, and then this is why. So now, and then I numbered them. Okay, I started with my base, which was the big green leaf, and put 7. And then the next size, I 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I know that this is my large flower. And then I have the center too, but I didn't need it. All right, and I'm just going to say, when you pull all of this off the mat, you don't know which one is which, okay? There's no way to really tell when it comes off the mat. So I got number 1, and I matched it up, and that piece matched. So I knew I needed 2 of them number 1s. So I found my other one that was the same, and I set those to the side, okay? Because I know that I needed 2 of the large ones. And then I got another piece while holding my one, it's smaller. So I know that because this is the smallest piece on my large, I know that's the small one of my flowers. So I can set it to the side. And then I picked up another piece. Okay, it's much bigger than that one, so I think I'm done with one. Once you find the second one, I dropped a piece, so I don't have that one here, so I know that's why that's missing. So now I'm going to number 2 on my pattern, and that matches up. So that's my large flower. I have 2 of them. All right, that's much larger than that, so that's not it. There's number 2 there. And so I have 2 of those. Now I'm going to this. This is much larger. I can just match these up, and that's too small. So I know that that's going to go to the small flower. That's larger, so that's probably my number 4. Nope, smaller. That's my large piece. There's number 4. That goes to, that's the large part of my other flower. If it won't match any of your pieces, it's your small one. So it was just, I knew that I had the right pieces for my flower, and then the rest of them would be the small one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, that one does go to that one. 7. So you've got your 6 pieces, and then you've got your leaf. You're just going to fold down the center. So if you cut them and you've got all your pieces in a box, then you can make all your large ones, and then you can make your small ones as well. My new pro. All right, and then we're going to take this next, oh, my profile pic, thank you. And then we're going to, I take horrible selfies, but I tried. Let's see. And I use foam dots. You don't have to use foam dots. You can use glue dots. You can use whatever you want to put these together. And you're just going to alternate them and put them together. You're going to take the next size and you're going to crease it. You don't have to worry about the circle in the center. It'll kind of fold itself. You don't need a deep fold in it, so it doesn't matter. Just do those leaves. And then place it how you want. It's not going to cover the leaves entirely. You're just kind of rotating it in there. And then you're going to take the next largest one. And again, just fold those leaves. Another foam dot. And this gives it a little bit more dimension, and the foam does, to give you that height on the flower and make it more 3D. And which one are you? Oh, it's not the right one. I messed up. I put the wrong piece somewhere. There we go. They should be 3 different. There. I put them in the wrong pile after I sorted them. Just be careful and make sure that you're getting the right 6. It doesn't really matter because you can, as long as it's not a big gap, they will still pretty much work. And I did alter the flower a little bit because the stems were so thin on my mock-up. I didn't like it. And so I wanted a more substance there to work with and hide glue dots and all of that good junk. And now you can zhuzh this up any way you want by putting rhinestones or glitter glue or whatever if you don't like the centers that came with this file. I just used what they had put in there. So now we have pretty flower. And this is my large one. So you have a large and a small of these. They're really easy to tell apart, to tell which goes with which one. If you do not have a quilling tool or your Cricut tool, you can use your tweezers for this part. And I'm going to use tweezers. We all know how to slide the paper into the slot and spin this. So I'm going to show you how to do it with tweezers just in case. And you're just going to just roll it. These are my squeeze, the ones that squeeze shut. And then just pull it off, and a little dab of glue to hold it. I forgot to close my glue. Just a little drop of glue, and just let that set. Okay? And while that's drying, I'm going to get, you can use a glue dot, or you can use a foam dot. I'm using a glue dot here in the center because that's kind of small and I don't want the foam dot to show. So I opted for a glue dot here, and you're just going to stick it on there and let it kind of come straight up like so. Okay? And then you're just going to fan it out. There's no right or wrong. No two are going to be exactly alike. And then you have your flower. And then I used the large popsicle sticks. Oh, my glue gun cut off on me. While I was talking, it cut off. It's trying to heat up again. But anyway, I did that and just stuck it to the back. And then I just set it to the side while I made a bunch more. And then you're going to put it in there. And I will do a greenery one for you as well. All of these that are like this, the way these work is you're going to put glue on those little rounded areas. And you're going to pull that in, causing your leaf to cup. Okay? And you're just going to glue those two tabs right to the back, and you'll get that cupping. That's all there is to those. Super simple and easy. And there's no right or wrong way to do your greenery and put it together. You've got some pieces that cup like that. You've got a lot of the flat pieces. And then you've got some little twig type branches. And then you have these guys. I love these. And don't throw away your sheet where you cut those. I did cut this on Intricate. I cut everything on Intricate for this. Just because there were small pieces on various mats. So that's the way I did it. But don't throw this away. You can clip this right here. And it's not square and shaped square on the bottom like those others are, but you can still use them. And give you some extras without having to cut anything else. So cut those out and keep those, and you can use them. You can trim this off. You can get a little bit. You don't need all that bulk. But you can use this one just as well as the others. If I can get my quilling tool on there. And that's going to give you some more of the frill. I love these. These are my favorite things to put in to the arrangements. So I'm just going to have some extras of those so that I can pop them in at the top and things like that. If I need to cover, if I have a stick showing because I'm using popsicle sticks, I can pop that in and glue it down and nobody will see the stick. So make sure you save that. Yeah, you get more. There's no need to throw those away. You can use those in any flower arrangement. They're green. So any of your flowers that you do, you've got extras to use. And they're cut a little bit thinner than the actual pieces, so you get a variation. And all you're going to do is, for like something like this one here, is just cut across the bottom and cut that off right there. Kind of square it up a little bit. It's super easy. You're just going to trim it up. That will still roll. Okay? And this is the actual one. And I liked a bigger center on this. This is from Tonic Studios. If you guys don't have a quilling tool or don't have the Cricut one, you can get them from Tonic Studios. And you see that this is curled up this way where I took it off the mat. So I am going to roll it with that to the outside. That way it is already fringed out for me and I don't have to do anything. And you're simply going to glue that. Those are going to be your pine sprigs. Okay? And all I did for these guys was I just got a popsicle stick, put some hot glue on it, and I started with the holly leaf. There's no right or wrong. You can layer this up any way that you want to layer it up. And I did maybe one of these guys, if I can pick it up, and I just kind of curled up with my finger and stuck it on there. So I have my holly leaf going there. If you want to put this twig on there, you can, to give some greenery. Again, there is no right or wrong on how you do your greenery. You can do it last to figure out where you want to stuff things into your centerpiece. But you also have these, and you have two of them. Well, actually, you have three of them. You have small, medium, and a large. Okay? And these two are just what they are. They're flat. But this one has the little berries. And you're going to take those berries, and they have a little split in them, and you're going to connect them onto right down that stuff. There we are. I can't see. There. We're going to make our little berries. You have 4 to give it a little bit more dimension. And save the center out of your letters. Like I said, here's my wife. You can use those on other projects or a card, an envelope. You can put joy on an envelope. So now I have that 3D piece there. And I'm just going to stick this, I'm just going to get some hot glue on it. And I'm just going to place it right in here. So now I can use that and bring that into my arrangement. And then I would make probably the smaller flower. And again, all you're going to do is fill it up as much as you want to fill it up with each one. So I've got a lot more making to do because I've got 2 more jars to fill. And if you fill it up, get them in there, you're not going to see those popsicle sticks. Okay? And then you can even take these and use them on the table later if you want to take your centerpiece down and run them under the edge of your table runner. And you won't see the stick either because you can get that table runner all the way up under here. And they're not going to go anywhere. So lots of easy ways to use these flowers. If you don't want to use jars, you can use them, like I said, put them on a popsicle stick, run them up under the table runners or placemats, and they will be very cute that way too. Or you can not even put a stick on it and just put them on the table to decorate with. Yeah, they're going to be very, very cute. Like I said, I'm not going to make you guys watch me put each and every one of these together. because they all go together the same, and you're going to arrange it the way that you want to arrange it. Make it as full as you want to make it. Super easy and simple. The kids can help you. They can put the sticks on there. So very easy to do. And it's going to be very pretty. Just arrange your flowers. Like I have a red one here, so I would probably do the white one there and then do another red one in between. Just so when they're sitting on the table together, that your arrangement looks nice. And make sure you have your tags, your joy, J-O-Y, spelled out and hanging down. And like I said, those do not have to be exactly even, but if you want them even, you can get them even. You can even just kind of put a glue dot back there and stick them to the jar. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you need help with? I'm going to go finish cooking my lunch, and as I do that, I'm going to put these together, and then I will get my photo and I will put it into the group. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the file. I think I put it in the description down below, but I'm going to give you the file so you can go ahead and start cutting it if you want to make these. Don't forget when you do yours to take your photo and make sure you use your tag, 12 days of making. If you don't use that tag, it's not going to count for your entry. Make sure you post it in the group. Thank you, Diana. And guys, if you don't want to do the acrylic paints and sponge that on, you can use spray paint. Spray paint works too. Yeah, it's going to be very pretty on the table. I have some little rustic-like placemats that I'm going to use and put these on the table as my centerpiece. I think it's going to be really cute. I'll get the photo. I'll get these finished and get the photo. It may be later this afternoon, but it will go up. I promise you. Right, Gail? Ugh, it's a mess. The Medicare supplement, it's a mess. Depends on what kind of coverage you need. You're welcome, Colleen. I'm glad you guys like this. It's super easy and simple. That's why I have my 3 jars for Thanksgiving and I have my 3 jars for Christmas. And it's just so easy because I can pack these up and use them again next year. You can split them up and put them at various places with candles in them, or you can put more florals in them. There's so many things you can do. You can change it up and use them differently every year. So you're not wasting your mason jar if you do this. Pack them up and use them again in a different way next year. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? Anything you need help with? Any design space issues that you need assistance with? You have 2 more years for that, Shirley? I had to do my husband's, but we're not doing the supplemental yet because we still have insurance. So, oh, you're welcome, Marianne. I don't know if it's still there. I'm going to look because I'm so super proud of it. I hope it's still there for you guys. Let's go to home. Guys, make sure that you are, make sure you're going and you're giving the hearts. Give the hearts on the projects. Yay, look. We're trending on social. The 3rd day of making that ornament card is trending. I'm so happy. Removing spray paint from your hands. Have you tried alcohol Christina? The only other thing would be paint thinner, and if you got your fingernails painted, that's going to go with it. Acetone, nail polish remover. Yeah, soap and water. And if you've got one of, those little, I don't know what you call them, the callus removers, the little square, it's like a sponge callus remover that they use when they do your nails, those will take it off too. But yeah, two of our projects, our ornament and our candy canes, are trending. I'm so happy. If you haven't given it a heart or saved it, please, please, please do so. Yes, wear latex gloves. I did use gloves when I painted my jars. That way I didn't have to worry about cleaning up my hands even with acrylic paint. So, all right guys, thank you for joining me, and we will be live again. We will be live again tomorrow at 1 o'clock for day 7. Day 7. Can you believe we're halfway through already? Yay. And you can use them on, you can do them on Tootsie Pops and things like that too, Shirley. You can do those bows on any of the Christmas candies, basically. Yay, thank you, Gail. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, guys. Please shop my links down below. Grab your mystery box and post up your projects when you make them, please. I want to see your centerpieces. I'm going to finish mine up and get some photos out there for you guys and get it posted publicly. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll catch you tomorrow. Happy crafting.